Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. So, we have a late replacement for Floyd Schofield, who withdrew from his scheduled fight with Shakur Stevenson. This fight, of course, is on the undercard of the Beterbiev-Bivol rematch. Was due to take place on Saturday. Floyd Schofield pulled out, as I made a quick video last night. And at that time, there was no replacement. There were allegations in the air about poisoning and illness and all that sort of stuff. Well, the good news is that we have a replacement, the Englishman Josh Padley, who last appeared on the undercard of the AJ Dubois card, which was in Wembley Arena last year in September. So, well, I mean, what can you say? Josh Padley, he's 55 in the world ratings, orthodox fighter from Yorkshire, professional electrician, I think, actually, before he became a pro boxer. 15 wins, no losses, 27% KO ratio. He's knocked out or stopped 4 of his 15 opponents. He beat Mark Chamberlain over the distance, like I say, in Wembley. That was his biggest stage. Before that, he beat Conor Lee Doherty at the Leeds United Suite on Elland Road, part of the Leeds United Football Club complex, I think. That was a TKO in the 4th round. Some lessons here, I think, for young fighters, or any fighters really. Stay in shape, stay at weight, and you never know, you might get the call. I mean, let's be frank, the chances of Josh Padley pulling off this would be an immense upset to beat the world number 2 Shakur Stevenson. It would be, I don't know what the odds are. My my check this morning doesn't even show any odds, but it would be a massive upset. But the point is, Josh Padley has essentially just won the lottery. I have no clue what he would be getting paid, but this would be a very substantial payday for him and exposure again on the world stage. If he does well, by doing well, I mean, makes a fight of it, brings his best and just shows pluck and determination, this has got to stand him in good stead. So, the lesson there for any athlete is to, stay in the gym, stay in shape, stay close to weight, make sure all your documentation and medicals and your passport is all up to date. Because for Josh Padley, this is an absolute, like I say, lottery winning a chance, right? Of course, I say of course. I mean, I don't know what high 90-something percentage chance he has of losing, but of course, he's most unlikely to win. But he can still boost his career tremendously. This is great for him, and in full marks to him, kudos to him for stepping up. Like 3 days out, he's stepping up to take on, the one of the best in the world at that weight and fighting for a world title, right? I mean, brilliant, well done, and as fans we should all be proud of him for being ready and for stepping up and taking on this challenge. Now, Floyd Schofield there's been some video released of him in a hospital bed. How convincing that is or not, I will leave to you to make your own conclusions. There's been talk of a mole in the camp, talk of drugs being planted in his car. We had this thing I alluded to yesterday where, allegedly a massage therapist rubbed some deleterious substance into his skin. All this noise, which I don't think there's any merit to it. Stranger things have happened in boxing. I mean, it is a weird sport, but I think the most likely is that he couldn't make the weight, and that he's pulled out because he couldn't make the weight. That would be my guess. And I'm in good company on that because that's what Shakur Stevenson thinks as well. I mean, Shakur was interviewed by the Ring magazine, and he made a number of comments. He said he thought that Floyd wouldn't make the weight. Shakur seemed very relaxed in the interview. He said himself that he was in a good headspace. And he thought that Floyd Schofield would be a no-show. And he was kind of surprised, so he said, that Floyd Schofield even showed up in Saudi Arabia. So from way back when, he was anticipating that Floyd Schofield would pull out. He said he looked at Floyd and thought he looked like a lost little kid who wouldn't show up. And he said that, there's no way this little kid, he's describing Floyd Schofield, would put on 8-ounce gloves and get in the ring with him. He said he was disappointed. He had given Floyd Schofield this incredible money-making opportunity, this great chance, because Floyd Schofield has been calling him out repeatedly and sort of trading, if you like, off his name. And he said, I was going to give him a chance, and then I was going to beat him up for the whole world to see. I'm paraphrasing. Those aren't his exact words, but you get the idea, the gist, right? When he was asked about some of this, drug stuff and moles and massage, he said he wasn't touching the clown stuff. He said if you go down that route and touch all this clown stuff, you end up being part of the circus. He was asked, does he believe in the illness story? And Shakur started laughing. I mean, the interviewer asked him, in really colloquial Brit English, do you buy this? And Shakur is kind of like, huh, what? And then when the interviewer asked him using, more sort of universal English, he just laughed and said, no, I'm not buying it. It's just, he couldn't make the weight. He did also say that before the official pullout, Shakur said that he had run into Floyd's father, who is obviously out there with him, and he said that there was some sort of hint that the fight was not gonna happen. So Shakur doesn't seem remotely surprised. He doesn't seem distressed. He expressed disappointment, and I understand that. Like, hey, look, I'm giving you a chance. Come on, and then you bottle it. You don't want to do it. I think this reflects poorly on Floyd Schofield, and it could have a long-term negative effect on his career. And if, of course, the illness is real, then I think we all will sort of accept that. But I don't know. The point is, he's not taking part. Shakur has an opinion that it was because of failure to make weight and that he really didn't want the fight anyhow. Full marks to Josh Padley. Shakur was asked about Josh Padley, and Shakur said, "Yeah, good. I'm pleased. I hope he does well. Kind of like quite generous. But of course, Shakur's now in that zone. He just wants to fight. I would expect this to be. I mean, will Josh Padley win a round? I don't know. I would anticipate that this would be a comprehensive victory for Shakur. Whether he will stop Padley or not, I don't know. I mean, Padley certainly isn't going to stop Shakur, I wouldn't think. Shakur, I would expect Shakur to stop him. I would imagine that Shakur could end this fight whenever he chose. Will he carry Padley a few rounds? I don't know if he would do that or not. No idea. But disappointing that Schofield isn't taking part. Brilliant that Padley was available to step up. I can't speak too highly of the man. Good for Shakur fans that you get to see Shakur move around in the ring. If you're planning to, put a pizza in the oven or make a coffee, this was probably the fight to do it. And honestly, as a couple of subs have said on my previous video on this subject, if we were going to lose any fight, this was the fight to lose, really, because it was possibly the least exciting for us. But anyways, we're going to get to see Shakur move around. So, you know, there we go. If you've got any comments, please, please, please do leave them in the comments section. Please like the video. And if you're watching this and you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe. It's really good. We're beginning to grow. This is excellent news, far beyond my expectations. So this is a fabulous journey. So thank you very, very much, and we will see you on the next video. Cheers. Bye-bye.